Buzzworthy Radio is on. The entertainment show that gets you up close and personal with today's hottest stars. Here's your host, Novell J. Lee.
Hey guys, it's Novell J. Lee and welcome into a new Buzzcast here at Buzzworthy Radio. Now, I know a lot of my friends, as well as some of my listeners, know that I am a huge food-aholic. I love to eat food, and one of the main things I love to eat is Italian food. And I know that it somewhat is primarily pasta-based, but there are a lot of Italian dishes that I love to try and I love to eat, and I just love talking about food in general. So what better way than to talk about food than with a well-known chef? And that chef is none other than Rocco DiSpirito. He actually joined us today for a brief visit to talk about his appearance on The Biggest Loser, which airs tonight on NBC. And we also got to talk to him about some tasty, tasty dishes, mainly Italian pasta dishes, and basically food in general. So here it is, our interview with Rocco DiSpirito. Check it out. Hi, Rocco. How are you?
Hi. Very good. Thank you.
Good to speak with you. First of all, you know, as many of my friends will know, my favorite thing to talk about is food. So imagine when I heard I got the chance to speak with you today, I was like, oh, I get to talk about food. Food.
Food is fun, right?
Food is.
You cook?
I am starting to learn how to make my own tomato sauce, actually. So
that's great. Super easy, by the way.
And you know, there's a
people have elevated tomato sauce to this mythic status. It's just cooked tomatoes. That's all it is.
It's all it is.
You can make a tomato sauce in 5 minutes. Saute some garlic with basil, pepperoncino, and olive oil. Throw in a bunch of chopped overripe tomatoes, and you'll have the most delicious tomato sauce of your life in about 10 minutes. The trick is the overripe tomatoes. Now, if it's winter and you don't have access to overripe tomatoes, then don't make tomato sauce, or use canned tomatoes.
See, my whole thing was that everybody's teaching me how to make it in the crock pot and have to do it overnight instead of you now just telling me I can make it in less than a half an hour.
Well, there is a long process that you can go through, and that's you typically call a ragu, where there's meat involved. But you can make tomato sauce in 10 minutes. Italian mamas are very effective at cooking lots of food in very little time for lots of people.
Yeah, I'm a carb eater. My favorite thing is pasta, and everybody can tell you I love spaghetti. And I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, but I saw a dish that you have, a spaghetti marchiara. If I said that wrong, please correct me.
Marchiara, yes.
Yes, that looks...
Did you try that one?
I want to now that I saw that picture.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you saw the picture and now eat this Italian, or?
I work with an Italian mama, actually. And I love shellfish.
It's a good dish. It's a good dish. Lots shellfish. Of seafood. Seafood and pasta together is really heaven.
Seafood and pasta is amazing.
Sounds like you need to go live in Italy.
I would love to go to Italy. I mean, seriously, I would love to just for the food alone. But you know, just seeing a lot of your pictures of pasta dishes, I was just like, okay, I'm probably gonna try every single dish he has.
And those are all healthy pasta dishes. Those are either whole grain pasta or gluten-free pastas.
Oh, really?
Or homemade. Yep. I even have a recipe for pasta that's half the calorie of regular pastas because I use sprouted grain. And that's all in Now Eat This Italian. If you go to my Twitter handle, Rocco DiSpirito, I post 2 or 3 recipes a day. So it's definitely out there. Go grab it and cook it. And most of it's super simple.
I know this is going to be a very difficult question probably, but what is your probably favorite dish that you've ever made in your entire life that you just can't, live without and you have to make it all the time?
Well, the favorite dish I ever created. There are a few categories here that you just asked about. My favorite dish that I've created as a chef is my scallop with uni mustard oil dish. That was in 1998 at Union Pacific, and it was my calling card. And it was, to this day, it's one of my favorite dishes of my own creation. My favorite dish to make for people is risotto. People love risotto. Especially with truffles, and that really, makes me happy to be able to cook food for people that they love. You a fan of risotto?
I've never had it, actually. I've never had that.
It's a rice dish. It's a creamy rice dish. with lots of Parmigiano Reggiano in it. And when truffles are in season, it's heaven. It's absolutely heaven. It's sublime. One of my favorite things to eat, pizza. I love pizza.
Simple
Any kind
enough.
of pizza. I'm not a pizza snob.
See, I'm also a dessert eater, and that's probably bad for me. But I love dessert. So
somehow I get the feeling that you're at a healthy weight, though. Am I right?
I'm 175. I'm 5'10".
Yeah, you're good. So how do you manage that? You must work out a lot.
I blame Soul Train for that.
You blame what?
I blame Soul Train for that.
Oh, okay.
I blame Soul Train for that. I joke about it, but it is true. I pretty much do a lot of like breakdancing in my basement for half an hour a day. So, yeah.
Oh, that's great. Well, there you go. That's all it takes. You're probably burning 1,000 calories when you do that.
I love it. It's probably the best thing in the world. But we could talk about food all day, but we need to get to the fact that you're going to be on The Biggest Loser on tonight's episode, actually.
Yes, tonight I'm on The Biggest Loser. The season is called Glory Days because the contestants are former athletes, pro athletes in many cases. And, when you're an athlete, you're training every day, you're burning calories.
Every day.
And you can eat whatever you want. And most athletes do. But the minute you change your lifestyle and you're out of professional sports, the pounds add up real quick, and that's what they're sort of faced with and struggling with. So I challenge them to cook healthy and delicious food for me, and they surprised me with some very, very amazing results. It was a close call at the end, but one team did win the 1 pound advantage, which, as you may or may not know if you watch Biggest Loser, is sometimes life and death difference. It's
right.
The 1 pound advantage can mean you stay on the show and win the big prize money, or you're gone. So lots at stake. They thought I was coming on for a cooking demo, which I did. I showed them how to make a healthy Thanksgiving turkey and all the trimmings for under 311 calories.
Oh,
and
wow.
I showed them that, but I also had them cook for me a little bit.
Very cool. You touched on the good point. Athletes, they train every day. So, you're eating anything you want, and then you wind up, burning it off. But then when you stop that, and then it's just like you pack it on, which is kind of what I'm afraid to do, because if I stop what I do after I eat like this big, robust meal, I pretty much might start packing on the weight. I did. I wound up, I was 170. I gained 20 pounds. Because I didn't exercise for maybe about a week and a half or so, and I started gaining more weight.
20 pounds in a week. That's amazing. You must have done some Olympic eating.
Stress eating was what it was called.
Yeah.
It was stress eating. And
most people stress eat. People eat emotionally more often than not, and that's why we have our obesity epidemic. And the food is addictive on top of it. So it is literally addictive, like cocaine and heroin is, especially processed foods. So all those little bags of snacks and chips and Cheetos that we go to when we're feeling stressed, those actually create powerful addictions that most of us find impossible to break. And that's why 67% of America is overweight or obese, and why obesity kills more Americans than everything else combined.
And it's hard to try to change your eating habits, too, especially when you've been used to eating certain types of foods for a very long period of time. I mean, I'm almost 30 years old, and now changing up my habits a little bit, eating more salads, more vegetables, more fruit, and drinking more water every day, it's a huge deal for me. I'm very happy, and now I can't live without the stuff. So it's good.
Yeah, you grew up in a junk food nation, right? So after school, you'd stop by the deli and buy a bunch of candy and eat it on the way home, probably, right? Something like that.
Yeah, I did.
Oreos while playing video games. I get it.
Yeah. Reese Cups, yeah.
Yep. So the relentless marketing of junk food commercials and ads to children is a big issue. There are other countries that don't allow that. They actually have banned marketing of junk food to children. And do you remember Joe Camel?
Yeah.
Just like they banned that because they knew it was directly targeting children. We should do the same thing in this country. We should ban the marketing of junk food, processed foods, unhealthy foods to children, and it would make a big difference. Obviously, the parents are old enough to make healthy choices, but when you're a kid, you can't help but act like a trained monkey when you go to, after watching all those commercials, you go to the store and you buy the stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we got to get you back here another day because I want to basically sit down and have an hour conversation about food with you. I could do this all day. I could do this all day. I want to, for sure.
We could cook on the air.
Absolutely. I would love it. And eat right here while I'm talking to you, for sure. Rocco DiSpirito,
cool,
everybody.
Man.
One of my favorites. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Seriously, I could go on for hours talking about food alone, but many thanks to Rocco DiSpirito for stopping by the podcast today, and make sure you catch his appearance on The Biggest Loser Glory Days tonight at 8 p.m. on NBC. But that's going to do it for me for right now. I'm Neville J. Lee, making sure you keep getting the latest buzz with Buzzworthy Radio, by simply logging on to our website at www.buzzworthyradiocast.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at Buzzworthy Radio and liking us on our Facebook page. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.
From Twitter to iHeartRadio, Buzzworthy is everywhere. Miss the show? Log on to BuzzworthyRadiocast.com for past shows and videos of some of your favorite stars. Stay connected to Buzzworthy Radio.